do. We are a founding member of the Football League. We are 1884. We are positive, inspired and passionate. We are now. We are moving together. We are ambitious and driven. We are progress. We are change. We are prepared, honest and humble. We are the highs. We are the lows. We are the heartbeat of our community. We are the famous black and white. We are the dreams come true. We are the club of opportunity. We are the memories. We are the yet to come. We are Derby.
Complete faith in you lot as a group. The bench is significantly stronger than theirs and will make change when we have to. And I can't express it enough to you. You have to gas out, you have to be brave on set pieces, right? And I brought all them in the room, so I want you to look at them. Because they're the people that work hour upon hour upon hour trying to help you all the time. And they're the people that will be there at the end of it to congratulate you or to be sorrowful for you. But they're the people you're playing for. All the people on the fucking wing wall you're playing for. And you could achieve something great.
Hello and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV. Is today the day that Derby County return to the Championship? The Rams are heading to Cambridge United this afternoon, where if things go their way, they could clinch promotion on this penultimate game of the season. Plenty to come on that. But we start today's programme by paying tribute to a Derby County hero who passed away yesterday. Leighton James became Derby's club record signing when he joined the Rams in 1975. Signed by Dave Mackay, it was hoped he could help power Derby to a third Division 1 title. James did his part, scoring 6 goals in 22 appearances as the Rams finished 4th. In total, he scored 15 goals in 68 league games over 3 years for Derby. James also had 3 spells at Burnley and helped his hometown Swansea to promotion from the 2nd Division in 1981. James also won 54 caps for his country, scoring 10 goals for Wales, including a winner against England at Wembley in 1977. I thought so with the family and friends of Leighton James today. Well, today could be a massive day for Derby County. The Rams head to Cambridge United, where if things go their way, they could win promotion back to the Championship. Here's how things are looking at the top of League One. Well, Portsmouth clinched promotion and the League One title on Tuesday. Congratulations to them. There are 3 teams still in the hunt for the second automatic promotion place. Derby will claim it if the Rams win at Cambridge and both Bolton and Peterborough fail to win. A draw would be enough for Derby if Bolton were to lose at home to Port Vale and Peterborough were to lose at Bristol Rovers. But anything else means the Rams will have to wait. But the job isn't done just yet. Now, did you know that no Derby forward has scored in the last 6 games for the Rams? Maybe that will change today. Maybe James Collins will be the man to do it. He's got fond memories of Cambridge, of course. We've been catching up with Colo about his remarkable return from injury after he took a knock at Exeter in February that looked like it might rule him out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it come at such a bad time really, because we were flying as a team. I thought we were in a really good vein of form, and yeah, I thought I was playing well and really happy with how it was going. But yeah, I knew something had happened because when I got the contact, something didn't feel right in my knee. But then I sort of convinced myself that it was all right because I managed to carry on, and it wasn't too sore. when I carried on, managed to finish the game. And then I went in to see the physios, and they were all looking at each other, and they give each other the look. No one says anything to you, but they're doing the tests, and they're all looking at each other like that, and you're thinking, what's going on here? And then, obviously got the results back from the scan, and normally I think it's like there was a decision whether we needed an operation or not. And at first it was going to be an operation, and if that case, it would have been done for the season. But then the doc rang me on the Wednesday evening. He said he thinks they can go a different route with the injections and stuff, which, listen, I was all for, because I just said whatever gets me back the quickest. And so we went through that process, and it seemed to work. And there was a lot of hard work in the gym, and a lot of time around the training ground trying to get back. The physios and the doc were great with me. I've got a lot to thank them for. And they managed to do it within 6 weeks. So really, really pleased.
Yeah, tremendous effort. The manager, I felt like every time we spoke to him ahead of a game, would say, Colo says he can play this weekend. I mean, were you genuinely pushing for it?
Yeah, at first, like, when they give me the news, I was like, Doc, is there no way that I can just strap it up and just get on with it? Because like, there's so many weeks left of the season. Is there any way I can do it? He said, listen, like, I've seen people play with them, but you've got a big risk of doing everything in your knee, which obviously is not. Football's great, but when you're not going to have an operation, you can't walk and stuff, it's obviously not ideal. So I think this was the quickest they could do it. I was trying to push for the week before Northampton, but they said, listen, it's a little bit too quick, so just give it the weekend. And then I managed to get him for the Blackpool game. So I think we literally done everything we could to squeeze it all into 6 weeks when it was meant to be a 12-week injury. So I'm happy with that.
Paul Warne was devastated when you were injured, not just, I think, because of the impact that would have on the team, but devastated for you personally. Just talk to us about your relationship with him. Yeah,
I think we've got a really good relationship. We got on really, really well. He's been great for me since he come to the club. He's always, a lot of the time played me for start, so obviously every player's going to be happy. But no, I think he trusts me. I think he understands what I can bring to a team, and away from the pitch, he's great with me, my family. Like, him and my little boy have got a good relationship as well. They send each other videos, and he's a great family man himself. So he's been fantastic with my family, and I've got a lot of respect for him. And I think if we go up this year, he's done a fantastic job, and I think we owe a lot to him and his staff.
You scored the first goals of Paul Warne's reign, of course, away at Cambridge last season. How well do you remember that game?
Yeah, really well. I was actually thinking about it in the car this morning. It was his first game, and we had Cambridge away. And it was a different style to what we were playing with under Rosie, and it was all new to everyone. I can't remember what time in the week they come. But do they only have like a week before that game? Might be an international break, maybe, mightn't it?
It was a break, yeah.
Something like that. So we would have had a lot of time anyway on the grass, and we went there and we put in a really good performance. We went a goal up quite early, and then we seen the game out, and obviously the fans behind the goal in the second half, scoring in front of them. It was a good day.
I Colo with some fond memories of Derby's last visit to the Abbey Stadium. We'll get some more of those for you later. Now, while we've been focusing on the top of the League One table, there's still plenty to be decided at the bottom. Today's host, Cambridge, not safe from danger just yet. Sitting 5 points clear of the bottom four. They might already have enough points to be okay, but you just never know. Cambridge are on their third manager of the season after parting company with Mark Bonner back in December. Neil Harris only stayed for 17 games before heading to Millwall, with Garry Monk ending a 3-year hiatus from the game to take over in March. He's only won 2 of his 8 matches in charge so far, and saw his side lose 1-0 at Bristol Rovers on Tuesday, but a win today would surely see Monk's side safe.
It's a big game, isn't it, for both? Obviously, the season that they're having, where they are, and what's at stake for them. But I said it from the beginning, it's about what's at stake for us, and we're still really clear with what we need to do. And we've been saying that for a good few weeks now. And but I've got no issue with what's going to happen in the game or our approach to it, and the players being ready for it and with the right attitude. And yeah, I think those big games kind of take care of themselves, especially at home. And yeah, with that crowd, and the last game was a lot of energy in the crowd. I expect the same this weekend, and yeah, I've got no doubt about the commitment that we're going to show in the game.
Yeah, the side against Charlton really seemed to draw quite a bit from that.
Yeah, it did. I'd say there was a really good energy, wasn't there? You could just, I don't know, you could just feel it. Sometimes you feel that as players, and we definitely need that this weekend against Derby, who've on a really strong season, aren't they? And in really, really good position, and a lot at stake for them. But and we know about their quality, but same as always is, can we try and put our strengths on the pitch? We need to match what they can do. But I've really got no doubts. I think over this last 5 games, I can only praise the players. I think the level of commitment has been really consistent across those 5 games. And yeah, there's been bits we can do better with, and moments in games and periods of games where we can do better, and then bits where we've done really strong and done really well across the 5 games. But the consistency is what I've been pleased about in terms of how the players are trying to do it with the work that they're doing. So we just need to maintain that, and this game, highly likely going to need to raise it even more. But I'm sure we will if that energy was like the game on against Charlton in the crowd, and yeah, you could definitely feel that from the sidelines. So the players would obviously spoke about it afterwards. Yeah, could feel that on the pitch. So that's going to be huge for this weekend.
Yeah, and being nearly there brings all of its own challenges in that you can't rest until it's job done, but it's ever so close.
It is, but then that's where, we all know football very well, don't we? What we're trying to do is manage the anxiety side of things. When every game gets chalked off, and you're not quite there, but you're close. Do you know what I mean? Anxiety can rise, but I think we've spoke about it as a group. A lot of that work was done in the international break, where we were focused not just on the pitch, what we need to do, but what we can do off the pitch to help ourselves as a group. And as I said, I can only praise the players. I just think over this last 5 games, the overall view of it from my point of view is like I've been really pleased with them. And yeah, there's periods where we can do better, and certain things in our game we need to do better. But considering the situation we're in and have been in, and from their point of view, new manager, new things going on, and that bit of instability that goes with that, I think they've done incredibly well. So we need points, but I think you're definitely seeing the team that's fighting for them.
That's Cambridge boss Garry Monk. It could be a very special day for Derby County and for head coach Paul Warne. His Rams career started, of course, at the Abbey Stadium. So we've been taking a trip down memory lane with the Derby boss back to his last visit to Cambridge.
I remember it for many reasons, and this will be quite funny in the room. I remember the fact that we got to the dressing room and we had like 20 players and 52 staff in a normal sized changing room, so that was a bit intense for me on my first day. I thought, wow, so where are all these staff? It's like we had BBC Productions with us, so that was a bit odd. And then I remember saying to Rich the night before, we've got to try and get these to run. I knew they were really good football inside. Excuse me, could keep the ball, but different games take different ways to play. So hoping they were going to run, and wasn't 100% sure how the game would go. But then I remember playing quite well, really, pressing from the front. I think Colo got 2 goals, and I remember leaving the pitch thinking, this is all right, isn't it? Seems all right, clean sheet, a win, piece of cake this. So I felt really good, yeah. I remember after the game speaking to David and Stephen down the side, and my wife was there. Obviously Cambridge isn't far from my home. So yeah, I just remember it feeling good and thinking, right, I felt settled in straight away. Once I got through the production team, it felt great.
Are you one generally to sort of ever sit down and think back about the journey that you've been on?
No, I'm not really that guy. Probably because you rightly said, tongue-in-cheek sort of, my memory isn't great. So not really. I just think I live for the day. That's it. Like in the team meeting in a minute, I'll speak to the lads about living in the day. There's not many times you have an amazing day. Like you have loads of good days, you have loads of bad days. Even more so in football management, you don't have many amazing days. Like literally, like you will never forget. And if we're fortunate enough to go to where we want to go to, the lads will, give everyone an amazing day. So I don't ever look back now. And in fairness, as my wife will definitely testify, I don't even have massive like promotion emotion or anything like that. She says I'm really dour. So like if we are successful, I will clap everybody and then get in my car and go home and sleep for about 3 weeks. So I never look back. No, I don't. I just always think, right, you know, next. And then I think when the journey ends, so when the journey ends here for me at Derby, for us at Derby, sorry, I'll look back then, I think. But in the meantime, you're just constantly walking into the wind. That's what it feels like.
Your first visit to Cambridge with Derby significant. Your second could be significant for different reasons. We'll come back to those later. But you watched them Tuesday night. You went down to Bristol Rovers. What did you make of Garry Monk's team?
Yeah, good. I mean, every professional team's good. So I'm never going to sit here and go, they are horrific. So, but they were good. They're like, I mean, in fairness, I think they're second in the league defending set pieces after us. So they've got some real strength. They played with like a fluid sort of three, but on their set pieces, they've got unbelievable delivery and a threat. And I thought Bristol Rovers were really good. I mean, I didn't see the goals. The goal was late on, so I can't tell you about the goal, so please don't ask me. But Bristol Rovers were really good, missed a penalty, but Cambridge were really competitive. So you can just see by, you know, the points we've dropped away from home this year, like, I'm just trying to think of some rascals. Cheltenham, people say Shrewsbury, but now all of a sudden Shrewsbury look all right, don't they? Like, football isn't like, you can't look at it like that. You only have to look at the Liverpool and the Arsenal games at the weekend. Every game you play is difficult, every opposition is difficult. Cambridge's home form's good, you know, they're always good at home. It's a difficult place to play, as is ours in a different way. So I'm expecting a really tough game.
Just lastly, on the squad, I saw Joe Ward's had a procedure. How's he doing, and any other updates?
He had his procedure. It was, it manifested into a big deal, really. It started off, we thought we could manage it with injections, and that wasn't too bad. And then he had a little floating piece in his knee. So then they went inside to take it out. I'll make it sound like 6 people running into his knee, but I don't think it happened like that. But the bit that was floating actually caused a bit of damage, so they had to sort of repair that in the most generic way, and so now he's going to be out for a couple of 3 months. So it's gone from being a very small procedure to being a bigger deal. So his whole off season, he'll be in here really. So it's a disappointment for him, because he's been, you know, this year, that and the fat pad, we've missed a lot of him. So he's good but not great, if you know what I mean. Who else is it? Birdie has trained all week, as has Callum Elder, Tom Barkhausen. He's had a slower integration back to training because we sort of expedited him a bit. So, so everyone else is groovy.
There is Derby boss Paul Warne. One game last night in League One. Stevenage holding Oxford in a result that keeps the playoff race wide open, but does take Stevenage out of the running. Blackpool Barnsley is a key fixture in that arena today, while Cheltenham against Lincoln matters at both top and bottom of the table. The key games in the automatic race we've already mentioned: Bolton at home to Port Vale, Peterborough away at Bristol Rovers. It's mission accomplished already for Portsmouth. Derby need 4 points from their final 2 games to clinch promotion back to the Championship. They might not need that many. Don't forget that Bolton go to Peterborough on the final day next Saturday. Lincoln can move into the top 6 at Oxford's expense if they win this afternoon. At the other end, Fleetwood could see their relegation to League 2 confirmed this afternoon. So could Port Vale. Yes, plenty could be decided in League One today, including the automatic promotion race. We'll bring you Cambridge United against Derby County on RamsTV. It's available to viewers outside the UK at dcfc.co.uk, so get your Game Pass now on the website, and we'll be with you with Matchday Live from 2:30. Until then, goodbye.